I'd like us to go back in time a little bit, to the time when we used to listen to fairy tales. Remember how we used to be fascinated by those once-upon-a-time stories, and how our sympathies always lay with the underdog, with the one who got a raw deal from everybody else, with the one who was seen to be too young or too slow or too ugly. And how we delighted when Cinderella got to marry the prince, when the old tortoise got to win the race, and when the ugly duckling turned out to be this beautiful swan. We just loved these stories of reversal. Those were our innocent fairy tale times, but they are no longer our times. How quickly we grew out of them and got sucked into the ways of the world, where people are valued more because of their usefulness rather than in who they are in themselves, where reward is strictly on merit. Those are our ways. Isaiah makes it very clear, though, that those ways are not God's ways. God, too, seems to delight in these stories of reversal, as in this parable that we heard today, where the workers who came last were paid as much as the ones who had started early in the morning. On the face of it, it does seem unfair. The unions would go ballistic. And at our level of reason, we say it isn't on. But we have to give it to Jesus. There was no breach of contract. And if the boss chooses to be generous, that's his business. But the whole point is that God's bias lies with the underdog. In this case, the latecomer. In fact, the whole gospel is a reaching out to the latecomers of life, those who are crippled in one way or another, those who are left on the sideline, the outcasts, the overlooked. Jesus looks at them not with the arithmetic of the calculator, but from the generosity of his compassionate heart. If we're honest, each one of us at some time or another has been late, or even last, or lazy in some way, when we were glad that God wasn't going according to the clock, that God's ways are not our ways, but that he always embraces us with a love that is beyond measure. And so it is for us to keep trying to learn God's ways, to look with the heart at the one who is never promoted because she just isn't gifted, to the one who is always left on the sidelines because he is least likely to score a goal. God's kingdom is a place of welcome for all. After all, don't we all, as Laurens van der Post says, secretly long for more love than reason, for more pardon than justice, for more impulse than calculation, for more heart than head?